The Roblox Classic event has been out for almost a week, and it kinda sucks. This year, Roblox has been kicking out events again out of nowhere, starting with the Hunt event and now the Classic event. When I first heard about this on Twitter a while ago, I got really excited. For those that don't know, I've somewhat been playing this game for a while now, but as soon as I saw the game lineup, the hype I had literally shriveled up and died. There is not one Classic game here that's Classic or OG. The oldest games here is Arsenal and Beast Swarm Simulator, and those aren't even considered Classic games. And on top of that, the actual quests you have to do in the games are so fucking time consuming. In Adopt Me, you have to take care of a classic teapot and wait for it to grow. Have you ever played Adopt Me and raised your pet from newborn to an adult? It's as long as a regular human's lifespan. But I could give props to games like Arsenal that made another PvE adventure mode type of quest again like they did in the Hunt, but you did have to replay it multiple times to get every token for the event, which could be very difficult depending on which challenge you do. But enough about the games. Developers went crazy with the lobby for this event. This is the best thing hands down with the whole event. I'm not sure what other people think about it, but it's real nostalgic on its own. There's references to a lot of stuff here, like the cart ride, guessing the characters, and even the Ghostwalker sword and sword fight on the heights. Something really cool is that they added the original character avatar editor background for mobile users on the map too. I never really played Roblox on mobile, so this doesn't really give me the nostalgia factor at all. But I do remember this when I put it on the iPad like once 10 years ago. They also added the helper bot in the lobby. I vividly remember always seeing him in this old Roblox game made by Roblox themselves called Welcome to Roblox Building. I used to play that game a lot, but it's been private for a few years now. Going back on the game choices that they made, I'm not sure how the process is on what games get chosen, but I don't know why not a single one was a classic game. Sure, most of the OG games aren't even getting support anymore, but there's still a few to choose from, like Work at a Pizza Place. That game is literally one of, if not the oldest game from that era that's still around today, and it's still very popular considering when it actually released. Could have gotten Flood Escape, one of my favorite games as a kid. The developer is still active and updates Flood Escape 2 regularly. When I first played Flood Escape, there was supposed to be like a story mode thing, and I waited so long for that to release, but instead a few years later they added extreme mode to replace it. Imagine if the event was that long-awaited story mode that never released. I think that would have been really cool. Surely only a handful of people would probably get that reference, but still, it would have been really cool. Or if they just wanted to go with Flood Escape 2, we could have gotten some OG Flood Escape map remasters to the event that you had to complete, or they could have just like made some like, you know, the whole classic theme maps, you know. I think it would have been really cool, bro. But it just sucks to see that we didn't get any Flood Escape. That honestly was my favorite game as a kid, bro. Another game they could have gotten in the event is Phantom Forces. Someone might say Phantom Forces isn't classic or OG, but the owner of it originally made one of the best games to ever touch the platform at the time. Oliver Bloxia 5, another one of my go-to games to play as a kid. We could have gotten like a whole new game mode just purely inspired by Core 5, where the whole game mode is Core 5 maps or multiple Core 5 maps, and we just use original Core 5 guns. Bro, that would have been so fucking cool, bro. And I could just name a few more games at the top of my head. We could have gotten Make a Cake. It wasn't one of my favorite games as a kid, but it was still something I played from time to time. There was also Survive the Disasters. Not Survive the Natural Disasters, but the one where the disasters were a bunch of memes and pop culture references. There's no one out right now that could have been a part of the event, but it's really niche and not many people play it. But it's a really great game, and it would have been really cool to see it be a part of the classic event. Natural Disaster Survival would have been cool too, I guess, but I really don't like that game that much in my opinion. But we could have gotten Death Run, one of my favorite games to play as a kid, but it's kind of dead now. No one plays the game at all, and it does not get updated at all. Ooh, and another pretty good game that we could have gotten was Frame. This is one of my favorite games to play as a kid also. It's really niche nowadays, but honestly, I forgot if it was like an OG or classic game, because like I don't remember it being like when I first played, but like I remember it like coming out a few years later. But I still think it would have been really cool if it was a part of the whole event. I don't know what they would have done. But I don't know, I just really like Framed. Maybe I'm just coping because of how bad the event actually is, but it really does piss me off that there's not a single classic game in the whole event. But clearly Roblox wants to start doing events again since it's like their second event in the span of 3 months. So hopefully they take notes from this for the next event and choose some actual good games, because most of these games actually suck, and the quest for them sucks even more, I'm not gonna lie. I also just wanted to mention, I don't know if Arsenal intended to make this reference, but I think this part in the game is like a little Contamination reference. So like it's a really old Roblox game called Contamination. I don't know if Arsenal intended to make this reference, but this like whole zombie section just like really reminded me of Contamination, and I thought that was really cool, and I just want to put that in the video. Oh my god, so while I was recording this video, an event in the main hub just started, and the duck fountain in the middle of the hub opened up, and we have to answer a code, which is the colored numbers around the map. After we put the code in, we have to pull this sword that summons 1x, 1x, 1x1, and then we have to beat him in a whole boss battle. Oh my god, we actually beat him in the boss battle. What do we get? I hope it's something cool. Yeah, this event is dog shit.
Big body Benz, I pulled up in the coupe. Sorry baby, yeah, that shit is the truth. I tie my knots, don't tie my noose. Smoke a nigga like a cig, then I'm back in the studio. Big body Benz, I pulled up in the coupe. Sorry baby, yeah, that shit is the truth. I tie my knots, don't tie my noose. Smoke a nigga like a cig, then I'm back in the studio. I got a few views one day.